This is a quick little talking head video. I'm going to cut some pictures of a target in here. This is the result of the 2506 80 grain outer edge projectile load test. Previously I'd already found the powder charge node, which was sitting roughly around 3,500 feet a second. I went out previously, I didn't record anything or make a video afterwards, but I'd done an accuracy test at that node, just with the setting depth, how I'd had it set during the powder node test, which was, 79.75 millimeters roughly. I've got the target down here in front of me, which I'm reading off of. That test was, I didn't even bother getting the target from the range. It was atrocious. I shot 4 groups. They were all roughly the same, 1.5 to 2 inches in size, something like that. Yeah, around roughly 1.5 from the target that I got sitting here, because I also reshot that setting depth during this setting depth test, which yielded 3 possible loads. I'll cut the target in here and minimise my head up here so you can see what I'm talking about. Target number 1. Got to keep that light on me here so the camera can see me properly. Test 1 was seated out to 80.15 millimeters cartridge overall length. I didn't even bother using ogive length, just cartridge overall length, which yielded a 7.5 millimeter center to center group, which was amazing. This is all shot at 100 yards too. Test number 2, or group number 2, which was loaded to 79.95 millimeters cartridge overall length, was a 10 millimeter center to center group, which was pretty good. Target number 3 was 79.85 millimeter cartridge overall length, which was 25 millimeters center to center group. Now, number 4, which was the one that I had it set at during the powder load testing, was 79.75 millimeter cartridge overall length, which was 36 millimeter center to center group, so roughly 1.5 inches. Target 5 was 79.65 millimeter, so the shortest. This is the shortest set of cartridges for the test, which was a 9 millimeter center to center group. So you can see from 1 and 2, 1 was the tightest, 2 was opening up slightly, 3 had opened up to 1 inch, 4 had opened up to 1.5 inches, and then 5, so it was shrinking down again. So possibly if I'd shot a 6th test target with it setted shorter again, it would have come in tighter again, possibly. So you can see it starts tight, opens, goes tight again. So yeah, I'll either run with 1 or 2. All of these feed and function through the magazine properly, so there's no problem with that. I haven't tested to see if this has altered the velocity at all. I'll possibly test for that in the future, but as it is, I'd call 1, 2, or even 5 good to go. Yeah, I did test the 130s with the 308 again, because I had found some 2206H powder to test with that. The test loads that I'd loaded up actually yielded lower velocity than what the 2208 test that I'd previously done had yielded, which wasn't expected. I was expecting to achieve higher velocities, because you can fit sort of more per weight in the case with 2206H. It's got slightly better load density for that purpose. I was already above what outer edge projectiles recommend to load to with that combination, but tonight I've gone back and loaded a full grain higher again in 0.2 grain increments, and I'll just fire them over the chronograph as well, see how they go. Hopefully I'll get better velocities without hitting pressure. That, like I said, the ones that I'd loaded that were higher than what outer edge projectiles already recommend still were showing no signs of pressure. There was no injector marks on the case heads. Primers were still not flattened out, still really round. edges to them, no difficult extraction of the cases. It's a bit hard to tell with a straight pull because you've got to overcome that initial sort of lock up, so it's harder to tell if you're getting hard extraction than with a standard turn bolt action. For me anyway, it's a bit more difficult to tell, but yeah, there didn't seem to be any problems with extraction. Felt like cycling the action back after firing. Like I said, no ejector marks, primers were still plenty round, so I loaded up another grain high tonight and we'll see how that goes next time I'm out there. The last time I was out there I did have some problems with the magneto speed. I think it was the battery was getting a bit old. It still showed okay voltage, how you can check it through the magneto speed menu system. But I had a spare out there, I swapped it out and I didn't have a problem after that, so I'm just touch wood hoping that it was the battery. So I don't want to get out there and have errors for the first couple of shots. I want to be able to see how they're tracking. But that's the short little video for this. Pretty much did a load work up for those 80 grain outer edge projectile ball bearing tip projectiles are done for the 2506. I'll just shoot out what I've already got loaded with the 100 grain bow tail soft point spears, and then I'll switch over to these now that I know exactly what to load for them. So we'll see how that goes in the future. Hopefully test it on some pigs or something like that. It should work outstanding. And I'll keep going with this 308 load as well. Okay, that's just a quick little update. I'll catch you in the next video. And like I said, I'll cut this target in and sort of squeeze this video into the top corner or something, or the bottom corner, because I did have this sheet of 6 targets. The very bottom right one was some fouling shots, just to get that stuff in the barrel to hopefully help them shoot better, which 3 of the 5 shot outstanding. Okay, I'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully we've got some decent velocity with the 308 at that point.